continent with one army, one passport, one currency.
March 2011.
The goal here is to get rid of Gaddafi.
What we've done, what we plan to do, and why this matters to us.
How America broke Libya and overthrew Gaddafi. A story of betrayal and blood. Let me tell you a story. A story not often told in classrooms or on your television screen. It's a story about a man, a story about a country, and the giants that crushed it.
The goal here is to get rid of Gaddafi.
It's about Libya and how America broke it.
March 2011.
Once upon a time, in North Africa, there lived a man named Muammar Gaddafi. To some, he was a dictator. To others, he was a revolutionary. But to his people, he was everything. He ruled Libya for over 4 decades. But this is not just about his rule. It's about his fall, his betrayal, and the aftermath that still bleeds today. In 1969, when Gaddafi, a young military officer, overthrew the Libyan monarchy, he was only 27 years old.
وكلمة أعداء الشعب هي السفلى. إن الشعب الإنجليزي يدرك تماما إن قاعدته باتت في حيز العدم بعد ثورة الشعب الليبي. ونحن ندرك أيضا إن الشعب الأمريكي الذي يحتفظ بقاعدة فوق أرضنا.
He didn't just win power. He wanted freedom for Libya. He wanted freedom for Africa, for the Arab world. He kicked out the foreign military bases. He nationalized the oil. He took control from the West and gave it to Libya. And for years, that angered them.
What we've done, what we plan to do, and why this matters to us.
It has been 10 days since Mr. Obama ordered U.S. forces into combat in Libya. Nearly 200 Tomahawk cruise missiles launched, more than 1,600 airstrikes. And so the challenge for the president, justify this war and show Americans that the U.S. role really will be brief and limited.
But Libya grew. Hospitals and education were free. Electricity was free. There was no interest on loans. Newlyweds received money from the state. It wasn't just perfect, but for Africa, it was a miracle in motion. Gaddafi had a bigger dream. He wanted the United States of Africa, one currency, one army, one voice. He was about to launch a gold-backed dinar, a currency that would challenge the US dollar and the euro. And that was the final straw.
It was Muammar Gaddafi, Obama said, who was the main reason for war. He was about to launch a massacre of his own people.
It was not in our national interest to let that happen. I refused to let that happen.
And so the attack began. One question has hovered over this mission. How is it in the strategic interests of the United States to go to war in Libya?
In 2011, under the cover of the Arab Spring, the storm came. Protests began in Benghazi. Quickly, they turned violent. Gaddafi responded with force. The West called it a massacre.
من أنتم؟ دقت ساعة العمل، دقت ساعة الزحف، دقت ساعة الانتصار. لا رجوع، إلى الأمام، إلى الأمام، إلى الأمام. ثورة، ثورة.
But here is the part they don't tell you. There were no mass killings, no genocides. Even an independent investigation by the UK Parliament years later admitted there was no evidence of mass slaughter. Yes, America and NATO acted. Day after day, night after night, they bombed Libya for 7 months. In October 2011, Gaddafi was captured. Not by NATO, but by a mob. They beat him. They shot him. They paraded his bloody body like a trophy. America celebrated.
That is the land of unconfirmed.
Yes, we came, we saw, he died.
Did it have
But Libya began to die that same day. Without Gaddafi, the country fell into chaos.
I would like this country to do better. Things aren't great right now. We don't feel safe. Security is the most important thing, and we'd like to start our studies again.
He was asked what he considers his worst mistake as president.
Probably failing to plan for the day after what I think was the right thing to do in intervening in Libya.
Many places in Tripoli have 5 to 6 hours of power outages every day.
Prices of basic goods are 4 to 5 times higher than those of 5 years ago.
Things are expensive and people have no money in their pockets.
Hospitals face severe shortages of medical supplies and equipment falls into disrepair.
Once a stable nation reduced to rubble. Who paid the price? Not Washington, not Paris, not London. It was the Libyan people. Families displaced, children orphaned, a nation without a future. And for what? Oil? Power? To stop a man from freeing Africa from economic chains. They called it a humanitarian intervention, but all I see is a human catastrophe. Sometimes I wonder what Libya could have been, what Africa could have become if Gaddafi succeeded, if the dream of a united Africa have lived. But dreams, they die in the face of greed. And Gaddafi's dream was too big for the world to allow. So they killed him. And with him, they killed a nation. They killed a vision. So next time you hear the word intervention or see a war waged in the name of freedom, remember Libya. Remember the lies. Remember the cost. And ask yourself, who really profits when a nation is destroyed? And who really bleeds? This was the story of how America broke Libya and overthrew Gaddafi, not for peace, not for people, but for power.